to Figure Depot. Today we're taking a very special look at the Sideshow exclusive Spider-Man 2099 black suit figure. This is, of course, his red and blue suit. It's just called the black suit because in the original comic it was black with some like blue shading, blue highlights, I guess you would say. And so on the actual figure it's really like a navy blue rather than a black, but it's considered the black suit, which I find comical. But anyway, very cool concept, one of my favorite versions of Spider-Man. This is Bilal's Corner edition of Figure Depot. We're taking a look at, this is not my personal piece, it belongs to my friend Bal Kizilbash, and he was kind enough to let me review it. So looking here, we have the Hot Toys logo, video game masterpiece. We got a little panel that opens here and features all of the designers and everything for the project. Then we see the figure there inside. It's kind of difficult to see in box, so we'll just get a look at that. Behind the flap here on the spine, we have another descriptor here. Cool little logo, spider logo on the top. More Spidey logo stuff. Other spine. Voila. Back, we have more of the same in terms of the credits. All the legal stuff, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if you need that barcode, if that'd be useful to you, but if you do, there it is. And on the bottom, it just says Marvel and Spider-Man. So, and then on this spine, we have the artwork here. Got some shots, probably from the video game, I guess, since this is the video game version. Now, we do, of course, have a clamshell package, as comes with all of your Hot Toys figures. And you just lift it up there and pull those pieces aside. Then we have a protective slip of plastic here to protect the figure from getting scratched. We can see all the different hands displayed here all over the place around the edge. Get a figure stand in there. We have a little spider webbing, some more webs here, more webs here. Then we have the figure body here, and then another protective cover over the face. So we'll get that stuff out and have a closer look. Alright, here he is out of the package. Fantastic figure. It's very lightweight. I'm used to handling the TB League bodies, which have that silicone body with the steel frame, so they're much, much heavier than these standard Hot Toys figures. My Sideshow Wonder Woman is a TB League body, and I also have the Christopher Reeve Superman custom that I'm working on. I'm almost finished, just got to make some boots for him and he'll be all done. But anyway, looking back at Spider-Man here, the suit itself is a vinyl type material. It's got a real nice feel to it, and we'll get a look at that. I'm not going to do a whole lot of posing with this figure because it doesn't belong to me, so I don't want to risk stretching or crinkling or damaging the fabric in any way. So we're just going to kind of get a bird's eye view of him and his accessories and just kind of give you an idea of what he comes with. And but I'm not going to actually do too much in terms of manipulating the figure just because it's not mine. And I don't want to pay $250 if I damage it. So, but yeah, amazing seam work. I can kind of see how it's put together in terms of the stitching to make it flexible and move like you want it to. But we'll move in a little closer and get a look at the figure and get a look at some of the accessories as well. So, very cool, the different textures used. This is more of like a canvasy feel to it, and then this is more of a smooth vinyl with some like small perforations everywhere, all over it. And we have just multiple different textures and styles of design on the figure itself, which adds so much to it and really, you know, bring it out. It's a very, very cool figure, very well designed. Love the spider. It's kind of a skull almost looking in one aspect, and then it also looks like the body of a spider at the same time. It's a very versatile design, and one of the coolest aspects of his particular suit in general, not just this iteration, but the concept overall. So you have like the body of the spider, but if it also kind of looks like the Punisher skull in a way, if you look at it. So really cool. We get hands that have the same texture as the suit and just kind of follow through that same pattern, but they are of course not vinyl, they're just a molded plastic with some paint application. So really, really cool the way that it looks so consistent. The color match for the suit fabric and for the plastic pieces is flawless, which, you know, you would certainly hope it would be for the price point, but I've definitely seen examples of figures that were not consistent, but this very much is. The head articulation, he will look up to there, he will look down to there, so really nice range. Really great looking figure just to have on your shelf in terms of just the overall appearance of the figure. It's a very beautiful figure, very cool design, and you know, you get a lot of versatility out of it. The arms are ratcheted, and you see what I mean about how it kind of wrinkles up when you move them up and down. So you won't want to leave this figure in any pose except for a neutral pose, just because of the wrinkling that can occur to the suit. You don't want it to do that permanently. As you can see there, again, you know, the more and more you wrinkle the figure and move those joints, I would be afraid creases would eventually show up there. Moving down the figure, the bottom of the feet there just look really awesome. It's an awesome design. Very, very cool. Palm of the hands have some interesting detail as well on those gloves. Very cool concept, very cool design. Really, really nice. I love the muscular detail here on the torso. Looks very good. You know, just an overall very aesthetically pleasing figure. I guess we'll get a look at some of the accessories real quick. So the figure comes with all sorts of webbing, which is very cool. I'm not exactly sure how these function. These seem to have some sort of port function that they would port into the figure somehow, and I'm not entirely certain how they're to be used. This piece here has a peg hole there at the base, which makes me think that it's supposed to port onto the end somehow, but it's not just going right in, and I don't want to damage this piece trying to force it, so maybe it goes on the end of these. Kind of look like they might be web shooters or something. It may port onto here somehow, I'm not sure, but anyway, I'm sure there's instructions that show all of that. So, but anyway, very cool design, very nice look for the web shooters. You also get, or the webs themselves, I'm sorry. You also get them in varying lengths here. So I'm not going to take these out of the package again because this is not my figure, but they're housed in here to keep them from getting damaged very nicely. And you can see the little tips of them spiraling out on the end there. So multiple lengths there. So get a lot of versatility out of that. Very nice. We also get several hands. We have our classic web shooting hand, and you can see more of that design there with the gloves and the texture and the different paint. So we get those. We get an open palm. So just a splayed out open palm hand here. We also get like a grabbing type hand. And then we get our karate chopping hands. And then we get fist hands. So there's your fist hand, and there's actually a little hole in there, so you might hold the webs. Yeah, so maybe for swinging through the city, you can hold on to the web there. I'm sure there's several different applications for this particular design, and again, I apologize for not knowing what they are, but at any rate, the display base has a very nice design on it, also from the video game, I would imagine, in terms of the concept art there. And you have a crane neck that is articulatable, so you stab it into the back and it flexes around like an accordion style, and then you have a clip that goes on it. And once again, I'm not going to remove all of that from the package because, again, the figure is not mine. Just for a quick size comparison, here he is next to my Sideshow Collectibles Wonder Woman figure, and you can see they are essentially the same size. So there you go. If you've got other Sideshow or Hot Toys figures, you kind of know the scale is pretty much congruent. Well, that's going to conclude my look at the $20.99 Spider-Man black suit, which is actually a navy and red suit. Very cool figure. If you're into Hot Toys and you know how to care for them, it's definitely probably one you're going to pick up, especially if you're a Spider-Man fan. For me, it's just a little scary. Just as fragile and delicate as they can be. I would just be scared to own too many of these guys. On a personal level, I prefer figures that I can play with and manipulate and pose and leave in poses, which is more suited for things like Mafex and Marvel Legends by Hasbro, G.I. Joe Classified, and that type of thing. But it's certainly a beautiful piece to hold in hand and look at, and I know Bilal's going to have a ton of fun with it. Thanks for letting me borrow it to take a look at it, and I'll get it back to you soon. Be sure and check out his Instagram. That's GladScientist86 on Instagram, and you can check him out there and find out all kind of stuff about what he's into. He's a cancer research scientist and also does some work in developing products and things to help people get better. He also volunteers many hours a week feeding the homeless in our area, and he's also a cool comic book geek like myself, so be sure and check him out and all the good stuff he's up to. And see you next time. Thanks for watching.